Year 70 A.D., a year of rebellion, destruction, and transformation. The Second Temple in Jerusalem burns to the ground. The Jewish people face exile. A new religious movement called Christianity is taking root, and the Roman Empire is at the height of its power, laying the foundations for the modern world. This single year would change the course of history forever, influencing religion, law, and society in ways still felt today. In this video, we'll explore what happened in 70 AD, why it mattered, and how its legacy still shapes our world. Our story begins in the province of Judea, where tensions between the Jewish population and Roman authorities had been simmering for decades. Heavy taxes, religious restrictions, and political oppression pushed the people to their limit. In 66 AD, the First Jewish-Roman War broke out. For 4 years, Jewish fighters held their ground, but by 70 AD, the Roman general Titus, son of Emperor Vespasian, launched a final assault on Jerusalem. The siege was brutal. Thousands died from starvation, disease, and violence as Roman forces slowly closed in. When the Roman army broke through, they set fire to the temple, the very heart of Jewish religious life. It was more than a building. It was the symbol of their identity, faith, and connection to God. Its destruction was a devastating blow. The destruction of the temple didn't just mark the end of a war, it marked the beginning of a new era for the Jewish people, one that would change their religion and way of life forever. With the temple gone, Judaism faced a crisis. Sacrifices, once central to worship, could no longer be made. But rather than collapse, Jewish religious life adapted. Synagogues replaced the temple as places of worship, prayer, and study. Rabbis, or teachers, became spiritual leaders, guiding Jewish communities in the absence of the priestly system. The focus shifted to Torah study, ethical behavior, and community prayer. This marked the birth of Rabbinic Judaism, the foundation of Jewish practice as it exists today. The model of Rabbinic Judaism allowed Jewish communities to remain united even as they spread across the world. If you've ever seen a synagogue or witnessed a Shabbat celebration, you've seen the legacy of this transformation, one that began in 70 AD. At the same time, another religious movement was growing: Christianity. What started as a small Jewish sect following Jesus of Nazareth began to spread beyond Judea. After the crucifixion of Jesus, his followers believed he had been resurrected, and this belief drove the movement forward. By 70 AD, Christian communities were emerging in major cities throughout the Roman world. The destruction of the temple only reinforced their belief that God's covenant was now open to all people, not just one nation. Paul the Apostle played a key role, teaching Gentiles, or non-Jews, about Jesus, which helped Christianity evolve from a Jewish sect into a global religion. Today, Christianity is one of the world's most practiced religions, and much of its early growth can be traced back to 70 AD, a year of transformation for both Jews and Christians alike. None of this would have been possible without the Roman Empire. In 70 AD, Rome was at its peak, controlling vast territories from Britain to the Middle East. Its influence reached every corner of the known world. Rome's roads and infrastructure made it easier for ideas, people, and religions to spread. Early Christian missionaries used these roads to travel from city to city. But Rome's influence didn't stop at transportation. Roman law also left a lasting legacy. The principles of fairness, evidence, and the right to a trial still influence modern legal systems today. If you've ever had a fair trial, you've seen the legacy of Roman law in action. The events of 70 AD didn't just affect the ancient world, they still shape the modern world. The destruction of the Second Temple forced the Jewish people to adapt, giving rise to Rabbinic Judaism. Christianity's rapid growth was fueled by the same events, and it went on to become one of the world's most practiced religions. From the teachings of rabbis, to the foundations of Christian worship, to the principles of modern justice, 70 AD lives on in ways most of us don't even realize. It was a year of destruction, transformation, and legacy. History doesn't stay in the past. It lives on in our traditions, our laws, and our beliefs. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us which part of 70 AD's story surprised you the most.